80-year-old Lolo Ramon had never imagined that life would bring him to a place as dazzling and intimidating as America's Got Talent. For decades he had sung Filipino Kundiman songs in small barangay gatherings, birthdays, fiestas, and weddings. His voice, once strong, had softened with age, but it still carried the warmth of stories, memories, and love. His grandson, Mateo, only 12 years old, had grown up listening to those songs beneath the shade of a mango tree outside their modest home. Every afternoon, after school, he would run to Lolo carrying his small ukulele, excited for their daily duet session. Mateo believed Lolo's voice deserved a bigger audience. One night, while watching AGT clips on an old phone, he turned to his grandfather and said softly, "Lo, people need to hear you. What if we tried?" At first, Lolo chuckled, thinking it was just a child's fantasy. "Apo, I'm old. My dreams have rested." But Mateo shook his head. "Then let this be our dream." Moved by the boy's determination, the family and neighbors came together, raising funds through small contributions, selling snacks, raffles, and even a small karaoke fundraiser. When the tickets were finally bought, Lolo wept quietly, overwhelmed by the community's love. The day they arrived backstage at AGT, everything felt surreal. Bright lights, rushing staff, and performers practicing everywhere. Lolo's hands trembled, not from age, but fear. "Mateo, what if I fail?" he whispered. Mateo held his hand tightly. "Then I will sing with you. We will not fail, Lo." When they stepped onto the stage, the entire auditorium fell quiet. The bond between them was instantly visible, 2 generations carrying one dream. Simon Cowell leaned forward, intrigued. And in that moment, under the spotlights, their story began. The stage lights dimmed softly, leaving a warm golden glow around Lolo Ramon and Mateo. For a moment, the massive AGT theater becomes as quiet as a small Filipino barangay night. Lolo closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and the first note escapes his lips, gentle, trembling, filled with years of stories. It is a classic Filipino Kundiman, a love song not only for romance but for homeland, memories, and family. The judges lean in. The audience, unsure of what to expect, suddenly feels something shift in the room. Lolo's voice is aged but pure, carrying a tenderness that only time can create. Every syllable feels like a prayer, every vibrato like a lifetime of sacrifice. Mateo joins in on the second line. His young, bright voice blends with his grandfather's like sunlight spilling onto calm morning water. It is the sound of 2 generations meeting in the middle, the fragile and the fresh, the past and the future. Their harmonies rise together, filling the hall with something impossible to describe, a feeling of home. As they sing, images flash in the hearts of the audience, grandparents, old memories, childhood moments, family gatherings. Even people who have never heard a Filipino song feel its meaning. Some sway softly. Others quietly wipe tears. The music crosses language, culture, and distance. Halfway through the performance, the camera captures Simon Cowell slowly lowering his head, blinking more often than usual. The emotion is unmistakable, he is touched. The final note hangs in the air, fragile and beautiful, like a firefly drifting in the dark. When it ends, the silence is heavy, emotional. It takes a full second before the audience erupts into applause, and the judges' faces show it clearly. They've just witnessed something magical. The applause fades just enough for the judges to collect themselves, but the emotion in the room remains heavy, like everyone is still wrapped in the warmth of the song. Lolo Ramon wipes the corner of his eye, embarrassed but smiling. Mateo gives him a reassuring pat on the back, still holding his ukulele, his small chest rising and falling from the emotional effort of the performance. Before the judges speak, something unexpected happens. Lolo's voice cracks. He looks down, overwhelmed by everything, the bright lights, the cheers, the fact that he is thousands of miles from home sharing the music of his childhood. Mateo instantly steps closer, gently slipping his arm around his grandfather's trembling shoulder. The sight is so pure, so full of love, that the entire theater falls silent again. Simon Cowell, known for his toughness and sharp criticisms, leans back in his chair. His stern expression softens. His eyes glisten. At first, he tries to hide it, looking down, blinking rapidly, pressing a finger against the bridge of his nose. But the cameras catch it clearly. Simon Cowell is crying. Not just a single tear, his voice shakes when he tries to speak. He clears his throat. I wasn't expecting that. Another pause. He looks at Lolo. Your voice, it's not just a voice. It's a lifetime. It's love. He turns toward Mateo. And you, watching you protect your grandfather on that stage, that was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. The audience murmurs, touched. Heidi presses a hand to her heart. Sophia nods emotionally. Howie whispers, wow, under his breath. Simon exhales deeply, still teary. You didn't just sing a song. You shared your soul. In that moment, it becomes clear. This performance wasn't just music. It was a memory the world would not forget. The theater is silent for a heartbeat after Simon's emotional words. Then, like a wave breaking, the entire audience rises to their feet. A few people shout, "Bravo!" Others clap above their heads, some with tears still streaming down their cheeks. The applause is thunderous, echoing around the AGT stage like fireworks of gratitude. Lolo Ramon covers his mouth, stunned. Never in his life had he imagined this moment. Mateo looks around with wide eyes, overwhelmed yet glowing with pride. He squeezes his grandfather's hand, grounding him in the moment. Heidi speaks first, her voice soft but emotional. I felt love in every note. It felt like watching a story about family, about honoring where you come from. Her eyes glisten as she adds, you remind us why we need music. Sophia leans forward. This was pure heart. Not a performance, an experience. Howie nods. What you two did, it connects generations. It connects cultures. That's rare. And then, everyone turns toward Simon. He sits still for a long moment, his eyes fixed on the stage. His voice is gentle, almost whispering, this, he pauses, searching for words. This is what America's Got Talent is all about. He slowly stands up. The crowd gasps. Simon rarely stands unless something deeply moves him. He looks at Mateo, then at Lolo. You came here with love. You shared your heritage. You showed the world something beautiful. His hand moves toward the center of the judge's desk. And for that. Boom. The golden buzzer is pressed. A shower of shimmering gold erupts from above, raining down like blessings from the sky. Lolo's knees buckle as he cries openly, and Mateo hugs him tightly, both shaking with emotion. Backstage, their family screams in joy, hugging each other as the golden confetti floats across the stage. In that glowing storm of gold and applause, a humble Filipino grandfather and his grandson become stars. The morning after their golden buzzer performance, the world awakens to a new viral sensation. Clips of Lolo Ramon and Mateo flood social media, Facebook shares from the Philippines, TikTok edits with subtitles, Instagram reels filled with golden confetti. People from every corner of the world react with the same expression, awe, tears, and admiration. Filipino communities worldwide celebrate them like family. In small towns back home, neighbors gather around televisions and phones, shouting with joy as they watch the performance again and again. Teachers play the video in classrooms, explaining the beauty of Kundiman. Elders smile, touched that their music, so often forgotten by younger generations, has reached the global stage. Lolo Ramon is overwhelmed. He never imagined he would become a symbol of hope at his age. Messages pour in. You reminded me of my Lolo. Thank you for representing the Philippines with such heart. Your song healed something in me. Mateo becomes an inspiration for young dreamers worldwide, proof that even a child can carry culture, love, and courage onto the biggest stage in the world. Interviews, fan art, reaction videos, and news features all highlight one thing: the bond between grandfather and grandson. Their AGT journey continues, and each round they perform brings new layers of emotion. But even beyond the competition, their impact is already made. They have become a living reminder that music isn't just sound, it's memory, legacy, and love shared across generations. Months later, when they return to their small home in the Philippines, nothing feels the same. Children greet Mateo with admiration. Elders approach Lolo to thank him for giving Kundiman new life. And as the sun sets behind their mango tree, Lolo whispers, "Apo, you gave me a dream I never thought I'd see." Mateo smiles, holding his hand. "Lo, we shared this dream." And somewhere in the world, millions still replay the moment golden confetti fell, forever remembering.